I am appearing in regular clothes today, just so it's absolutely clear that this video has no connection to the cliffhanger from my previous video. Which, if you haven't watched it yet, what's the matter with you? Go watch it. So, now you know what the delay was about. I have a new home. I was moving. So, I'm doing this video, therefore, to give you a little update on what's to come with this channel in the future. Now, before I took the break, I was averaging about an episode, a video, if you will, whatever you choose to call it, one post a week. Mostly pony related, which I'll get to a little later. But anyway, I'd finally fallen into a pretty regular rhythm. You could expect something from me on a pretty regular basis. But I'm going to tell you right now that I'm back, I won't be falling right back into that. In fact, I can't fall right back into that. For two reasons. First of all, my very next video is going to be the conclusion to the cliffhanger that I left you with last time. Because I gotta do that. I can't just pretend like that didn't happen. And I have no idea how long that's going to take because it's going to require fancier editing and animation. Yes, you are finally, after how many months of me building it up, finally going to see animation, original animation on this channel. I don't know how good it'll look, but you're going to see it. So, excuse me, that is one factor. The other factor is that I have finally upgraded the materials I'm working with. I had mentioned in a previous video that I felt the need to upgrade my software and my tools of the trade, and I finally have. Up until now, I've been editing video, those that have been edited, unlike this one, with Corel Video Studio Pro X5. And that has worked wonderfully for me, I want to be clear. I, in fact, still intend to use it for simpler videos. If any of you in my audience want to start making videos, but you're not sure how to start because you're daunted by the technical side of things, you're intimidated, maybe is the proper word. Trust me on this. The Corel Video Studio Pro X5 is great if you're just starting out. That was my first time ever editing film. I taught myself that with this program, and like I said, I still intend to use it for simpler things. However, now that I actually know what I'm doing, my vision is getting a bit more ambitious than it is capable of. The reason I was able to teach myself with it is because, ultimately, it's a simpler program. So I've now upgraded to something with more bells and whistles. On a recommendation, I went with Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum. And in fact, I got the Platinum Studio Suite because it was on sale on Amazon. That comes with Movie Studio, Audio Forge, and DVD Architect, should I ever decide to release stuff on DVD. Now, it's completely different from Corel, which means there's going to be a new learning curve of trying to get that done properly. So that is going to be a delay. And I said there were two factors. There's actually a third. The fact that I'm still unpacking. I've only just gotten it to a place where I was ready to film the conclusion to my last video. There's still a lot I need to unpack. The area where I will be shooting reviews hasn't even been set up yet because not everything is actually here yet. So there is going to be a slightly more sporadic schedule for this first little bit. I will try to get back into a more regular pattern soon, fingers crossed, but I wish I could give you more solid dates than that, but I will work my hardest to figure it all out and really get something of quality out to you soon. Now let's see as to what you can expect otherwise. Some of you, in fact, the vast majority of my more recent subscribers, are here for the pony things. I've been reviewing the new episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic as they came out, right up until the mid-season break a couple weeks ago, and we're nearing the end of that hiatus. Pure serendipity that it coincided with me having to take a break. But you're probably wondering if I'm going to continue. I don't think I'm going to. I'm not going to, let me specify actually, I'm not going to continue the weekly episode reviews of the new season. And again, there are two major reasons, and I'm certain there are only two and not a third that has to be added later. The first reason, again, harkens back to the animation. Representing Snazzy Chapeau through a series of still images is done. I'm not doing that anymore. Fine when I was starting out, good for getting stuff out quickly, but from here on out, he is going to be animated. So that means videos featuring him will take longer to produce, which means I physically cannot get a weekly video out to you. And I really do mean animation, not static image moving across the screen like it's on a Jetsons sliding sidewalk. This is going to be full-on movement. His arm is going to move like this. His head is going to turn, hopefully, if I can figure that out. So that's one reason. The other reason is because I've had time to think about it, and I've come to the conclusion that I wasn't really all that good at reviewing every single episode on a weekly basis. Some of you, a lot of you came and liked what I saw and subscribed for more, but I've come to this conclusion that I really wasn't that good at it. Other people are. Me, not so much. The videos towards the end there were getting much shorter. I'm not really sure how much of them actually can connect back to the episode's content. And I can pin that on any number of things. I can pin that on me moving and therefore having to divide my time differently so I wouldn't have as much time to work on videos, necessitating them to be short. I could blame that on the sporadic scheduling of the show itself, disrupting my flow. I could even pin that on me being a perfectionist and never being satisfied with my work anyway, but all of that is just excuses. The fact is, I was losing steam on my own. And frankly, I've never been of the opinion that every single episode of Friendship is Magic is capable of deeper analysis anyway. I mean, some of the episodes are, and that's great, but not all of them can be about the dangers of joining a cult, or the proper way to practice scientific method, or something like that. Sometimes a cartoon is just a cartoon. It's a little bit of escapism, just to make you feel good for a couple minutes before returning to the humdrum of real life. And my original policy with doing pony analysis was that I was only going to talk about episodes when I really had something to say about them. Like, first two pony analysis videos I ever did, the In Defense of episodes for Over a Barrel and Feeling Pinky Keen. I did those because I felt those episodes were vastly misunderstood, and everyone who was talking about them was coming from a completely wrong perspective. And I mean that, completely wrong. They were missing the point entirely. So I was providing an alternate and hopefully more accurate, at least if you ask me, perspective on how those episodes should be viewed. At least from a certain perspective. Maybe I'm speaking in too many absolutes just then. Yeah, let's say I am. They were saying one thing, I thought another should be said. Point is, that was my original policy, and I want to go back to that. I will still do pony analysis. I know that's what a lot of you are here for, and I've still got a lot to say. I still like the show, I still have a lot to say about it. But I'm only going to talk about it when I really feel it's necessary. And yes, that does mean I'll be revisiting certain Season 5 episodes. The way certain people are reacting to how Princess Luna was in Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep especially needs addressing. But again, you'll be seeing them a bit less frequently. And I'm sorry. I know that's what a lot of you came here for. But again, between the fact that I just wasn't good at reviewing every single episode and the fact that from here on out, the character who does do those reviews is going to be animated, they just won't be as frequent anymore. Reviews in general may not be as frequent because I do want to move more towards original content, like I keep saying. I am setting up an actual storyline that's going on, and I do know where it's going. I have a plan. So, let's see. I hope you guys will stick around in spite of how, for this next little bit, it's going to be a bit of a bumpy road. Not as frequent updates for the first little bit, not as many pony-related videos, but if you do stick around, that's great. I will make it worth your while. If you're hearing this and thinking, well, this isn't what I came for, I'm gonna go somewhere else, I totally understand. We'll miss you, certainly, but I will understand. I won't hold it against you. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, and if you'll excuse me, there is more unpacking I have to do and new software I have to learn. So I will see you all later.